Let's see if anybody's gonna come play. See what the delay is on that. Haven't got anybody in the room yet. Just waiting. Hey, Monkey King Metals, welcome in. Yep, we're gonna do a penny box hunt. Oh, I gotta mute that. Forgot about that. Forget about it. There we go. Wait for a few more people to get in here and then we'll play. Or we just hang out, chat, and then when not too many people that actually live stream about this time, so I thought we'd just have a great time together. So we had started this box a couple of days ago. We never ended up finishing it. So we still have a lot of rolls to go through. And then I have another box, probably on another live stream that we'll do sometime this week or next week. Let's see if we got any. I didn't really search for enders on these. See if there's any enders on here. I will take anything. I will hunt anything. Because even if they're customer wrap rolls, you can have really, really good luck. My banks are all bank wrap rolls, though. They don't take customer wrap. I know that, I'm trying to think of the local bank here that does. I'm not a member of that bank. What's it called? I buy pennies from, they'd only let me buy about $20 worth of pennies. Sometimes I can talk them into a full box at that bank, not even being a member. Wells Fargo is the one I was thinking of that will do customer wrap rolls. They'll take those, back that way, and then they resell them that way. But I don't have an account with them. So far, no wheat enders. We had one wheat ender in this box already, though. When we first started hunting it, we had one. There hasn't been a lot of wheats in my boxes. Normally, I get about 10 or so. Hey, Donna S., welcome in. We're going to do some penny hunts. Just kind of looking at some enders here. See if there's anything possible there. That's pretty 80 something. And just talk and chat and hang out. May do an auction or two. Picked up some really neat stuff from my LCS. Got those in there. So there's wheats in here, I know. We did get a few. But hey, Chief Stacker, welcome in, buddy. Mike, it's pronounced Sapia, I believe is how you doing, brother? It's great to see you. Yeah, the knee's doing pretty good. I still can't put weight on it for another 6 weeks. I went to the doctor yesterday. I mean, another 2 weeks, excuse me. Then we'll start doing light, basically light pressure on it, and being able to put a little weight on it, and then kind of work our way up there. Man, I am just ready to get up and start walking now. But he was like, nope, can't do it. The surgery that it did was so delicate, and they got to make sure that the blood supply to those ligaments reattach and heal before we can start doing that, or it could damage those. So yeah, so no kickboxing. Hey, man, Mountain Metals, great to see you, brother. Yeah, no kickboxing for right now. So I'll show you one of the pickups that I got. So I collect the old $50 commemoratives. And let me get this to focus. It may not focus because of the plastic. There we go. So this is a very nice old commemorative. This is the Delaware. And I can't pronounce that. Tricentenary. 1936 $50. So I collect the old commems. And I picked this up. Normally these go for about $250, even in the condition this one is in, $250. I got this for $30. Someone had it listed, just wanted to get rid of it. I picked it up for $30. It'll go into my old commemorative half. But yeah, I'm gonna grab my pocket knife here. We'll start cracking some rolls open and see if we can get some Wheaties. So what are you guys up to today? I haven't been able to pour silver in a month. I feel kind of sad. I have stuff, silver stuff that I poured in advance. So what I'm going to do is I pull aside do it that way. I have a little bucket here, like the 64s. All the Denver mints of the 60s, I go back and look at. And then I look at some of the 70s. But yeah, I have a kind of a unique little setup here. I'll show you. I'm going to switch back to other camera here. So here's that camera there. I have this really big LED magnifying glass to look at the dates. And so I just kind of hovered over the pennies as I'm hunting. And then I can take this camera next to it. Plus, it gives me plenty of light. I got these from work, working eye doctor's office, and the base of these were bad, but I rewired it, set it all back up, and it works great. Bolted it to the cabinet of my desk in the drawer, so I can move it anywhere I want, up, down, any position I want, and it works awesome. So let's go back to this one. Hey, Squirrel Sister! Donna S., welcome in. Yeah, we're just playing and having fun, going through some pennies now and see what we can come up with. I know Chief loves to hunt pennies. He likes all the errors. I got to show you a cool error that I did find recently at my LCS. I picked it up and I thought, there's something wrong with that penny. Make sure it's the right one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think it's this one. I'm going to go back to Chief this one. It's a steel cent. It's a 1943D, about uncirculated. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where's my other one? Oh, there it is. Is that it? No. Hopefully it didn't fall off somewhere. Or did I move it? I don't see it. Well, anyway, on that steel cent, the eye is missing. I don't know why I wouldn't have it here. Let me find it real quick. Maybe I stuck it over here. I don't think so, though. No. Not it. Oh, there it is. I did find it. I had it in the wrong stack. All right, here we go. So here's the 1943 S steel cent. Really nice condition. Never redone. But look at that, Chief. See something unusual? Yeah. So that S is a little suspicious for sure. Looks like S over S. But look at the Liberty. I either over polished the die or something, but there's no eye. It's not damaged or anything. Original finish, you can barely, I mean, there's no eye. So it's like when the die got polished or something, they polished that eye right off of there on that steel set. Yeah, it is an awesome find. I'm going to send it to Paula and see what she thinks in the group. I don't know, but I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, you see a faint outline where an eye would kind of be, but there's no eye. And the back is just as beautiful for a steel cent. That was a cool find, though, at the LCS. Yeah, it could have been grease stuck, but I mean, it's just the eye only. That's what's so weird. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. Let me switch our camera back here again. Go back here. Oh, wrong camera. Get to see me in my little space here. There we go. Okay. Well, it was great to have you here, Mike. I appreciate you being here. Have a good lunch. Buy me something for lunch. I had yogurt. That's all I ate. So we're just going to kind of go through here. And so I pull out all of the 98, 99s, 2000s. I look for the wide AM and all the 92s for the close AM. Some of these are so nasty. I can't even tell the date. Let's see. Let's see if we can see the date on that one. That is pretty crappy looking. 99. There we go. And then I'll look at it, see if it's got a wide AM. I found a few of those. They're pretty cool. You ate mini chocolate donuts for brunch? Oh, you're killing me. I'm trying to get to a healthy weight and you're killing me. Hey, Scrappin', welcome in. Awesome to see you. Just Stack It. Awesome to see you, brother. Glad you're here. Yep. So if you guys would like to do a little auction, I had some pickups that I did. I'll have to grab some stuff. I haven't quite mastered StreamYard yet, how to figure out all the little mini windows and all that stuff. I still got to do some studying on and figure all that out. I mean, software for me is not a problem. It's just a matter of getting comfortable with using it. There's a 92. And let's see. I don't know if it'll show us very close. It should. I get my camera to focus. There it goes. No, that's a close AM on a 92. So yesterday I had a really nice salad. So I was up, like last November, I was about 240 pounds. And for me, that is very heavy because I'm only 5'9". And so I was quite chunky. And so now I'm down to 190. And I would like to get around about 180, which was my around my boot camp weight. And that's when I was probably around my healthiest. Running every day. I can't run no more, but I can eat better. Oh, yeah, don't forget the 83s. Yep, I set those aside and weigh them up. Looking for that small date. Definitely looking for the small date. And then I do the 95s. I set the 95s aside too. Looking for that double ear, double die. I pull out the 70s, 70S, and I pull the 72 Phillies. So I can look under the scope. There's a pretty decent 69B. We'll look at that. There's a 95. We'll look at that one later. Let's see. Look for the extra V on the two. Well, I haven't seen any 2003s yet in my boxes, but I saw Keith's video on that too, and several others. Let's see. Who else did that? Keith did that. What's his name? Blue Ridge did a one on it. Those are interesting. There's a 92 and 2000. We'll look at those. So yeah, as soon as I start seeing them, I'm going to start grabbing them up and see if I can find one. That'd be pretty cool just to have one for my collection. Jay Tizzo is in the house. Welcome in, brother. It's good to see you. Let's see what's that one here. Figure we just all have fun because I was bored. I have a couple of boxes I needed to go through, get back to the bank so I can get more stuff. Let's see, that is a chewed up 70. I'll look at it. Nothing there. Oh, going the wrong way with the flow. That's what else supposed to go over here. And then I'll dump it. Yeah. Different kind of video. Whole different crowd will show up. Definitely. All right, there we go. So, no wheats as of yet. Oh, I lied. It was in that roll. And that looks kind of oldie. Any guesses? Let's see. Let's get it nice and clear there. Get some light on it. I'm guessing 40s, like 44, which seems to be the most common. Let's see what it is. Come on. I got this Ultra 4K camera, and still it looks like it's going to be a 45. Let's bring it closer. A little more light on it. Maybe too much light. Maybe that's why I didn't like it. There we go. It's a 45 Philly. Definitely in the 40s, though. One weenie down. Sweet. Yep. Chief got it. Scrapping was right next to it, too. So we definitely got the weedy there. So tomorrow, I have something exciting to do. I am going to have breakfast with Big Flip. He's coming through here to head from here to Ida's. It's going to be a 72 Philly. I'm going to look at that in the scope. And so we're going to have breakfast together. Yep, Chief nailed it right on the head. There's a couple we can look at. There's another 98. Yep, so I get to go hang out with Big Flip tomorrow for breakfast, and then he's going to head on, hang out with Ida's, I think, for a few days, travel the country with him and Flipside, have a great time. And then he's also going to meet up again with us in Tulsa. So he's going to be there for Tulsa and hang out with us. There's an 83. Set that one aside. One way I could figure out or thought about how to figure out whether they are, besides having to weigh them on those 83s, trying to figure out whether they're copper or not. use a metal detector, because zinc rings up on my detector about 75, 76. A regular copper penny will ring up at 78, 79, and sometimes even 80 to 81. And yeah, so if you can also use a metal detector. Just set it in the floor, use your metal detector, or run it across there and look at the number, and it'll tell you whether it's copper or not. Take a look at this. This is 71D. So that was, something just from, or a penny sorter. That'd be pretty sweet too. That checks for the. Does any of you guys save all the coppers when you guys hunt, or keep all your copper coins? I did for a long time, but then I just had all this money kind of sitting there, and that I could be used rotating, getting more coin. And so I changed my mind and just dumped it all back. But I am saving. I have this 5-gallon jar. What looks like a water bottle or a jar, but it's got a big lip to it, and very decorative. And I put all my metal detecting coins, the clad that I find, and that is going to be my savings account for buying a new machine, because I'm about ready to have to upgrade my AT Pro. The poor thing, I've had it for about 5-6 years now, and I have worked it to death. Oh, it's got a lot of grease strike through it. Very bumpy, lumpy. The grease. Set that one aside for fun. They're not worth anything else, but interesting. It's another 92. There's a 95 we'll set aside. See, I have 2 5-gallon buckets to go through. Yeah, pull out the copper. And I still may consider doing that. I mean, as far as I know with the laws, you cannot, send them for melt, even though the copper value outweighs the face value of them. You can't make more than the face value on them, melting them or anything else, according to the law, because their government belong to the government, basically. They don't like that. But, if you melt some of the newer Silver Eagles, how are they ever going to know? Or if you melted copper and turned it into bars, they would never know. Oh, my, it's trashed. Can't even see what that one is. And then I look at my 09s, especially for the one where Lincoln's sitting down, looking for that extra finger. And I found a few of those. I think that one's going to be 69S, so we'll look under the scope at that one. Trying to find that double die, which is but impossible. But you never know. Things can happen. On enough pennies, you might find something really cool, and something valuable. And I found some really neat stuff. I don't think I found anything super valuable. So 2000. Go that way. Let's see, I think you need about 4,000 hours and 365. Yeah, I know it. Tell me about it. How close have you gotten, Angel? How many hours are you at right now? Oh, yeah, I mean, I looked at mine and I only have about maybe close to 200 hours. That's it. Let's see, back in her 1K now, but I think it was, yeah. So far, mine's been holding over 1K. It's been about 1,050. So it's been sitting there, it's steadily growing. Sometimes it'll perk up, jump up 10 per week, but there was that one week that, Flip was helping me out, and we bumped it up to, see, about 500 within a few days. Plus, I changed some stuff on my channel to make it easier where people could subscribe because I was still learning about YouTube. And I never had that little subscribe button in all of my videos. And that's probably what, having my channel for 2 years already probably really weighed it down from ever growing. Yeah, you need to start streaming some more. Yeah, you've got the people. I mean, but it is a lot of work, and it is a commitment of time to have to stream all the time. And if I didn't work, I would stream all the time for fun. But having a full-time job right now is just because I'm not working, waiting for this leg to heal up. So the doc, yeah, said I can't go back to work for another 4 weeks, which not really sad about, but I am ready to get out and start metal detecting, and that's what I miss. That's my that is my meditation, I say, or my relaxed time, mental relaxing time. That looks kind of old. Let's take a look at that one. Let's see what we got. That was face up. There we go. Another Wheatie. 41. 41 Philly. I've thought about doing that, but it's really challenging to, even though I have my phone set up that way to be able to live stream and have it set up as a hotspot, here where I live, it's just horrible service. It will kick in and out. And so I'm afraid to do live streams because it's just going to boot me right out. It won't let me stay solid, like a solid connection. And that's what I have ran into because I have definitely thought about that. But the cell service here for some reason, and I mean, I got a cell tower like 2 blocks away, and the cell service around my house absolutely sucks. Right? I can't multitask. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. It's my ADD. That's the reason why Angel is my squirrel sister. And then you have Silver Bull, who is my squirrel brother. The squirrels are real. I can kind of multitask at work because I kind of just line everything up in my head knowing what I need to do. But let's see. What is that one? Saw a 5 on it. 59. Yeah, just a memorial. You need to finish some paperwork doing the books for a new client tomorrow with the Admiral. Ooh. Have a fantastic day. Thanks, Chief. I hope you have a great one too. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you around the neighborhood. Yeah, we definitely might be distant cousins for sure. Yeah. I'm a little ADD and very dyslexic for sure. So it makes it challenging. I have to double and triple check everything that I do, especially like when I'm trying to do mailings. It's very difficult because it takes a lot of mind power to make sure that everything is perfect because I have a tendency to really screw things up. That one's an 89. So I have to be extra cautious of making sure I got the correct addresses for everything and I didn't write it down weird, get the right. Take a look at that one's a 70 something. Keep swiping the wrong way. Yeah, I listen to Pandora a lot too. That reminds me. Let's put on some music. That would be a little soothing. I'm going to drop the volume down quite a lot. Maybe we'll put on some soft night music and we can all fall asleep. Kidding. Yeah, go back to comments. Make sure it's not too loud. Come on, 09S. Absolutely, Coin Junkie. I bought this huge paper bag full of coins yesterday from my LCS. He charged me 35 cents per coin. I got a bunch of really nice old foreign, and I bought because he couldn't really move it in the store and he just wanted to get rid of it. Well, I went through it. I had an 09 Philly. This is the 09 Philly BBB. That is about a $15 coin. And here's another one, 1909 BDB. So there was two of those in there. So I was very happy about that. I sold a lot of stuff yesterday on Key's channel. Got that already dropped off at the post office. And yeah, there's some great coins. I had some great foreign coins that are going to go up for auction soon. We may do some auctions here on this channel if you guys are interested. So these are some of my pickups from today. Get it to focus in. That plastic doesn't help. Well, it's a 2001 Silver Eagle. There we go. 2001 Silver Eagle. Still in the plastic here from a little Littleton package. And another one here. 2001 Silver Eagle. And I just picked them up both because I thought they were really cool. And it's definitely got some nice toning starting around there. But it's what I like about it, these are the earlier ones. If I could get in some 80s too, it would be kind of nice. So I do a starting bid at 40 on those. If anybody's interested in the 2001 Eagles. So if you guys need an early Eagle for your collection. And I just made a big mess out of that. There's a 70 something. Coin explosion. Oh, let me show you some of the other stuff that I'm going to have up. So I have a whole collection here. This is my collection of UK coins, or Great Britain coins, going back to 1806. Hibernia there. Some of these are about colonial period, what they would use. There's a halfpenny Great Britain, a 1807 halfpenny, 1860. That one's a halfpenny, 1861, 62, 63, 63, 65. There's a 1871. So all of these are going for about $5 a piece. So, and then I have an 1897 sixpence silver there. And I was going to do $100 for the whole set. I mean, this one sheet right here is $100 by itself, just in the pennies. But all the rest of these are in pretty nice shape. These are early 1900s and 20s and some 40s here. And then there's a 28 and some 60s right there of the large cents. So that's what I'm going to be putting up also. If someone likes the large cents, half cent of Great Britain, and some really nice older ones too. Let's see, half shilling Jersey coin from 1877. There's a 1894 Jersey half shilling, or 1/12 shilling, I should say. Kind of cool looking though. Let me pull it out in plastic and then let you guys see it too. It's still in really, really nice shape. So I'll probably put that up on Saturday's auction. This whole 3 sheets there. My camera's heart beating. Boom, 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 boom. I need to figure out the settings on it so it is smoother. I don't know why, as it being the, if I don't hit the cord too, that makes it nice too. Where you at? Some of the other cool pickups here, I'll show you these. I got yesterday. It'll be up for my auctions. That one's kind of a neat one there. It's huge. It's big, you know, bigger than a silver dollar. Pretty cool. And this one is a 5 shilling. Trying to find the date on it here. I know the date's on here somewhere. That's a big old coin though. And then I have all these other foreigns that I picked up too, just kind of like, you know, Portugal, Escudo, 1930. This one's a 55 British Caribbean territories, 2-cent coin. 1861. Not sure what country it is, copper. Extra fine. Here's Netherlands, 1908. This one is in great shape for being 1908. You know, you buy a new camera and you expect more out of it, I guess. There we go. I got to play with the zoom features. Look at that one from 1908. You know, and that one's listed for 10 bucks. So I have some beautiful older foreigns in here. Un peso. Republic of Argentina. Beautiful shaped coin. I mean, it's like mint state. For being as old as it is, that's a 59. Here's a really nice one too. Really pretty and large. 5 francs. That one is 1933. Yeah, so I had some really good pickups. Just some foreign coins that I'm going to be putting up. Some really, here's a 1879 Sweden 1 ore. Really good shape. So I don't know which ones you guys. Here's some China, Indochina, Han Dynasty, $20 cash. This one is a bronze. Dominican Republic, 1891A. From the Dominican Republic. So I had some great pickups there. These are going to be going up there for auction. We'll have some fun with that. Let's get back to our penny hunt here and see if we can get some nice Wheaties or something. Yeah, why listen to Pandora when you can rock with the Tizzos? I mean, Jay Tizzo, man, you got some killer videos on all of the concerts you've gone to. Just amazing. So with that, I got a question for you, Jay. Will you ever be able to get monetized, or are they going to make you, or you may already be, will they make you take down your videos if you decide to get monetized? Because then you're going to have the violations. So I don't know how that works per se. I know if you play music for more than what, a little clip of 5 seconds or something, or 10 seconds, they want to hit you with a violation on it. So I don't know how you know, or if you just do it non-monetized and just go with it. Because even some of my copyright free music that I've used for my videos, they have flagged, and I had to write them and tell them, you know, go through the whole process of telling them, you know, this is copyright free and I have the right to use it, is copyright free music on my iPhone to make videos with. That is why it's there. So that's the one we're going to be looking for a double finger on. It's pretty trashed, but I'll look for it anyway. But I do have some really nice examples of those, of the double die that I have found. There's a nice movie too. Take a look at that later. All right, let's grab another roll. Let's see what else is going on here. So if you guys haven't, please hit that likey. I'm gonna go back over here. We delayed it all. Check that out. I think we're okay. Let's see what else is in piece of roll. Come on, Wheaties. So I'm definitely excited to come hang out with everybody at the Tulsa show. It'll be me and my son. I'm going to put my son to work while he was there. I'm going to have him help out Mike and be like one of the service kids. He's 14. He's more than capable of doing it. And have him make a little money. Maybe he can buy himself some nice coins while he was there, or buy me some nice coins. That's the way to go. Let's see what else. There's a 64 with a D. Look at that one. Yeah, I am super excited. And my son has his. My son has the same one that you do, Angel. Your metal detector. So we'll be bringing it. He hasn't practiced a whole lot with it. He's not super into it yet. He's super into PlayStation and playing with his friends online. That's hard to get him out of the house. The poor vampire never sees daylight unless he goes to school. Because when I was a kid, man, I loved being outside. I mean, you could not keep me in the house unless there were cartoons on. Or Gilligan's Island, Land of the Lost, something like that. That, you know, some of my favorite shows, Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, the same Garrett that you have, the Garrett 300, or is it 350? I think it's a 350, 300, 350. It's got the yellow head on it. I've played with it a little bit. I still haven't figured it out or perfected it using it as well as I have mastered the AT Pro. Oh, yours is an Ace. Okay. Yours may be a little better machine by far then. And someday I want to go on one of these, you know, the trips. I should have went the one that they had here in Texas. The like Texas Shootout or the Garrett Roundup. Looky there. What's going on with you? There we go. 56 Denver. Got a Wheatie. That makes Wheatie number 3 of today's hunt. That one. All right. That's it for that roll. So you have the 2 Ace and Garrett. Gotcha. when I first started out, that's how I found YouTube really, is I wanted to learn how to really metal detect. I did as a kid. I mean, when I was 10, I had one of those little bounty hunters. I found some really neat stuff with that bounty hunter. And I really want to go back to some of the places that when I was a kid that I got to hunt in the Badlands of New Mexico. There was a stagecoach and carriage company depot that no longer is there. It's just the rocks. We found a collapsed wagon that, was still, the wheels poking up and stuff like that. And I found this beautiful old lipstick case that has the engraving on it. Found a beautiful belt buckle. I found about a 5 or 6 inch gold watch chain. Let's see, what else did we find there? But if I were to go back, knowing what I know now, what I could find. Strapping's back. And so there are all these old sites around where I grew up. There are the old rock houses, the original, pioneers that came in there and settled those areas. And man, I'm hoping for seededs. I want to find some seededs. Maybe a gold coin or two. I wouldn't mind that. A couple of bucket listers there. Yeah. Well, that bites too. Because I know you're always having to help out Keith with your guys' show on that date. But I definitely would just like to go hang out with some of those guys. Just go metal detecting with them. Even if it's a seeded hunt. I mean, it's just getting out there and building friendships and hanging out, having the same passions, and just having a great time. The 2000. And yeah, just get up and dig. And that's what I'm hoping my knee holds up, that I can do that very well now, instead of it killing me. Because I tore that medial meniscus and I think some other tears in there. And I mean, I tore it up good when my back went out just trying to walk. And now I'm trying to get Humpty Dumpty back together again. $67. And I mean, I would definitely say metal detecting, out of all of it, it's my greatest passion. Then coin collecting, and then pouring silver art are my top 3 hobby passions that I love doing. Beautiful 72. Look under the scope, see if we got a double die on it. But it's not obvious, just my eyes aren't the greatest anymore either. Me and my old age getting those Cadillacs. So I work for eye doctors, and many years ago, I worked in Virginia. After I got out of the Navy, I stayed in Virginia Beach area, lived there for, 13 plus years. And was working for the retina surgeon. And we had an office down in North Carolina that we would go. It's like a 2-hour trip. We would load up our van, have all our equipment, and we used a general ophthalmologist's office. And so I had this very sweet, amazing little black lady. And so she was a new patient. And she's sitting in my chair, and I'm getting ready to work her up. So I asked her, I said, so what brings you into our office for us to see you today? And she goes, well, sons, my doctor says I got cataracts, I got sugars in my eyes, and I need to come see the rectum's doctor. I walked out of the room, shut the door, fell on the floor, holding my stomach, and laughing my butt off. I was in tears. It was just absolutely hilarious. And I mean, I've got many stories like that. You know, working in healthcare for all these years, I mean, you have like crazy stories. That was one of the funniest ones I can, that I remember. You get, well, I got sugars in the eyes, which is diabetes. She got some Cadillacs. And yeah, got to see the rectum's doctor instead of the retina doctor. I said she's kind of going the wrong direction with that one, but it was absolutely hilarious. And I'm kind of I'm the class clown of the office, and always telling dad jokes. I am known for dad jokes. So much so that, most all the girls that I work with just roll their eyes when I say something. And a lot of times it's just right off the cuff. That's the only hyper developed part of my brain is the dad joke area. Oh, we got another one. I think we got a Wheatie here. Let's deal with, no, that's just a stupid 61D. I thought we had a Wheatie. A Wheatie, as Big T would say. We had one lady, she was mentally not competent, really. And I worked in Virginia too. And she would always wear gray sweatshirt and sweatpants. And she was just off. I mean, we took care of her. We loved her the same and whatever, but she was definitely, off. Eyes on the buttocks. What are you saying? Eyes on the buttocks. Are you saying I'm looking at someone's butt? I try not to do that. But if they're, I am a man. I really like women a lot, and I am single. Is that what you're saying, Angel? So she was so weird that when she came into the office, and the doctor didn't want to see her either, she drove him nuts. So as soon as she came in, we had to put her in an exam room above all the other patients. Didn't matter when she came in, she went straight to her room. We worked her up, and she would sit there until the doctor was done with all of his other patients before he would see her, because he couldn't really stand her. But what would happen is she would open up the door and start screaming down the hallway, "He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes." And she'll start singing just like down the hallway. And if we heard the door crack, we all dove under the desk. We ducked into the rooms. We were like cockroaches when the lights went on with her. And yeah, she was a mess to deal with. You're confused? I'm confused. Eyes on my buttocks. You have eyes on your buttocks? Well, you are a mom. You got eyes in the back of your head, too. Eyes on my buttocks. I was shot in the buttocks. Is someone looking at your butt? I know Keith looks at your butt, but he's your husband. That's just that's what's supposed to be. So yeah, and we have stories like that here. Where I work in Texas now, I've had weird stories like that too, with strange fishing. The other thing I do is people come in. Your story was about a butt or something. You mean the first one that I told you? little black lady came in, and I asked her why she was there, and all she said was, yeah, the rectum's doctor. So I worked for retina specialist, but she couldn't pronounce retina. She called it rectums. So she had sugars in her eye, and she had diabetes. She had cataracts, which is her cataracts, and she was supposed to see us, which is the retina specialist, but she called us the rectum specialist. Yeah, the lady rectum thing. Yep. So we're retina vitreous specialists. They're ophthalmologists who spent additional 2 years learning surgical techniques and stuff and all the tens of thousands of diseases with inside the back wall of the eye. The actual nerve layer, 10 different layers of the nerve tissue that allows us actually to be able to see. And yeah, boy, she was absolutely wrong. Not unless you wanted a rectal pupillotomy like they did in, wasn't Hot Shots. And then she might have been going in the right direction. But that's a hard way to get to the eyeball. I saw all kinds. I was a scrub tech, a surgical scrub tech for 10 plus years in ophthalmology too. I thought women had prostates. Laugh out loud. Boy, I was wrong. My aunt thought she had a prostate. My dad's sister was a hypochondriac. So what everybody had, she had to have. And it was quite hilarious. So my dad had said that he had prostate cancer. And so then my aunt starts to proceed to tell everybody else that she had prostate cancer because she didn't want to be left out, not knowing what the prostate was. But it was a good laugh. Very good laugh. Oh, it's ugly. You didn't read the date. Corroded. I'll throw that and look under the scope. You didn't know it was a dude thing? Yeah. Well, genetically, everything the guy has, the girl has. It's just inverted. So that it's all the same type of tissue. Its structure and everything is just genetically opposite so that everything works together to be able to have children. So they, women have what is called the Skene's gland, which is the same tissue as the prostate. And so, not much different. Just kind of reorganized in how it's structured and everything else, but all the same type of cells and structures are there. It's just designed to work together. So, Angel, you cannot get prostate cancer per se. Yeah. That can happen to guys too. I worked in men's health for many years, and poor mentally disabled guy. I'd say he's mentally disabled. He wasn't quite all there. I can kick you in your hanging ovaries. Yep. Those gonads. I had this guy come in and I don't know what he was doing or what he was doing it with. We didn't really care. We just needed to take care of him. But he came in and his thingy was covered in cottage cheese. He had about every STD you could imagine. And he was complaining because he was having erectile dysfunction. Well, yeah. First thing we had to fix was the syphilis and fix the fungi. There's another 59. That one. I should look at the back. Still a memorial. And yeah, so we had to fix that first and do some really serious education with that guy. Don't put things where they don't belong and cover up. And being a Navy medic too, we had to educate all of the Navy guys too, especially when they would come back, from being out on leave in foreign countries and stuff. They would come back with, weird stuff, and they didn't wrap up, and they paid the price for it. They weren't very comfortable, and we had to do lots and lots of shots. When I was active duty as a medic, when we trained, we had to practice things on each other in order to know how to do it, especially in training. So one of the things some of my best friends when I was active duty, we would practice doing IVs on each other, but we had to be tough. So we would get the largest gauge catheter IV bore and then try to stick each other with it, but you couldn't flinch. The other person that you were sticking them with couldn't flinch, or they had to buy the beer. The other thing we did too with some of the IV casts, we made a dart board in our supply room, and we would play darts with the needles, make this cardboard back, and then play darts. Because sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning, when all your patients are asleep on the ward, there's really nothing to do but drink coffee and hang out. We'd also have wheelchair races. We would grab the wheelchairs in the middle of the night, and we would do wheelchair races down some of the ward areas or down the hallways that there was no one there. Yeah, ouch. I grew up out in the country. We butchered animals and, lived off the land, and I think it's another 59. And so blood and guts and all that didn't bother me. But when it's on a person, my first experience after school or during school, going through medical training, it's a 59. I had to take care of a patient who had a leg amputation due to diabetes, and it was infected. So it was an open wound. His entire bottom of his leg was open. They're trying to heal it from the inside out. So we had to pack it with sterile dressing and flush it with sterile water, flush it with antibiotics. And so when you stick your hand up someone's leg, inside their leg, yeah, I kind of blacked out there for a little while until I got used to it. Yeah, he had the cottage cheese thing going on and several other things. We had weird stories. We had a pastor come in. He was a preacher of one of the mega churches in the Virginia Beach area. I don't remember his name, don't care. And he was complaining erectile dysfunction. And so we do a battery of lab tests. We have to do a test to see if they get erections at night. So they have to send them home with a monitor, because then we can determine whether it's psychological or not, or is it physical. So we do the labs, look at the hypertension, check the hypertension medications. We would, go through this whole thing of battery of tests, lab work. Well, he comes back and he's HIV positive. And so we're talking to him, and his wife doesn't know. I think he already knew. Yeah, morning wood test will work. His wife didn't know, but I think his boyfriend did. And yeah, it was a bad situation for him. You got to think this is back in the 90s before, the whole woke thing ever happened, where it's now, common day stuff. But yeah, his boyfriend, I guess, knew he was HIV positive. He became HIV positive, had AIDS. That's before they could really treat it. And then his wife is finding out that she has now HIV. Where, oh, where are the Wheaties today? Why did they leave me here all alone? I searched the whole rolls and didn't find true love. You met another and you were gone. There's an 09er. Throw it up there. 95. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff I did, being a medic and working in the medical field, I mean, all you can do is laugh because it was freaking hilarious. Or you would go crazy. So I chose to laugh. Yeah, that's a good question too. Yeah, he was one of the top televangelists in that area, and come to find out he was HIV positive. His wife didn't know, didn't find out, but I think his boyfriend definitely knew. That's how he ended up with it, and I guess they were all like, his boyfriend was even a member of the mega church there. Cyber. I'm gonna have to dump that soon. Yeah, gross. Yeah, that's what darkness does. Hide in the dark and all your dark secrets, and it creates a mental, psychological, social mess and hurts a lot of people. And I think it was at that time when if you were HIV positive, you had less than 5 years to live. And I also worked in the Stairway to Heaven ward. That's what we called it. It's where it was hospice care. So I worked in hospice care, helping out there, and you get to know the patients, you get to love them and everything else, taking care of them. But we had this running joke. You would ask your patient, "Are you going to die today?" And they'd tell you no. And then the next day you come in and you'd see them and you'd take care of them. "Are you going to die today?" And they go like, "Nope." And you come in, a week later or so, and you're talking to them. "So you're going to die today?" And they go, "Yep." And you better believe that when they tell you that they're going to die that day, they do. And we had the worst of the worst, suffering patients, and just trying to keep them comfortable. They're dying of cancer, they're dying of HIV. And I can tell you, dying of HIV is a whole lot worse than dying of cancer back then, because there was nothing they could do. They just basically, you would shrivel up, you would lose all your muscle mass, fat tissue, you would be skin and bones, you couldn't eat, you couldn't drink, and basically you just waited till your organs all shut down and died. Never knew about the upside down pineapple until Netflix show just watched. Upside down pineapple club? Is that like swingers? Like a swingers club or something? I thought as well as grab a horn and take your friend. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Yes, I never knew about that. So is that what that's about? The Pineapple Club is like a swingers club? So my buddy that I metal detect all the time with, he is a former Army Ranger Special Forces guy, and we go metal detecting all the time. And he was trying to come up with a name. Ray knows pineapples, yep. And he was trying to come up with a name for our club. You know, it's not really a club, just a group of guys just have a name for it for YouTube and stuff. And he was trying to figure it out, and he's like, why don't we call us the Lubbock Swingers? And I said, do you realize what you're saying? And all I could do is just bust up laughing. He wanted to call us the Lubbock Swingers, and I'm like, I know we're swinging coils, but we may get some undue attention or unwanted attention. And, you know, we just busted up laughing the whole time. It was freaking hilarious. So I have about 10 guys I go metal detecting with all the time. And we got some guys who do research, some guys who do, you know, we get definitely permissions and places, and really cool places that we get to go. And they all found me through YouTube. That's how they found me. They were watching YouTube, found out I lived in the same city, and they, you know, emailed me and hooked up, and we all been, you know, great friends ever since. And so, and it's grown, and it's still growing for this area. People just, you know, want to come hang out with the guys, and we got guys who are school teachers, and some guys who are retired. You know, Joe, who's my buddy that we go out all the time, just had a baby. And so it's a little more challenging for him to get out, but he definitely wants to get out sometimes, and just, he needs the fresh air. But he works for a tree company. He's the one that was the former ranger, kind of get into an area field of life that was not like it was in battle. And so he's always working outside. He works for a tree service / lawn care. They do all of that, but it's a big corporation one. He's really good friends with the owner, so he can always get incredible permissions that we otherwise couldn't get, because they're always doing stuff for people. And, you know, he asked for permission, and they're like, yeah. You know, it'd be funny is to show up there, Angel, we show up there with our metal detectors and say, hey, we're here. Or I guess you could walk in buck naked with your metal detector. Might then get some more attention. Not my thing, but would be a funny TV series or something. Hey, I heard there were some swingers here. I got my metal detector. Just a swingin'. I don't know if you guys remember that old country song. One of my dad's funny ones that he liked. Oh, it's not bad. It's a 63D. It's just got a fingerprint on it, but really nice shape. Set those aside. Any of the nice 60s, 70s. Yeah, I'm always naked under my clothes. Yeah, me bearing it all is t-shirts and jeans. That's as far as I get. Can't tell what that one is. Too dirty. So as a kid, I learned, or more as an adult, I didn't know when I was a kid, I took all my parents' old wheat pennies because they were hard to read. And I took my dad's wire wheel and I brushed them up and made them real nice and pretty. And absolutely destroyed them. Hey, Gypsy Wolves, great. See you, brother. How are you doing? Yeah, we need the full Monty. You know, that's what we could do, Angel. We will streak across the YouTube room after we eat Red's brownies, we'll try to get Ida to do it too. And we'll grab our metal detectors and we'll streak. So I remember in high school doing naked car surfing, where someone's driving down the middle of the boulevard and you're on top of the car surfing, just butt naked. Dolls! Sweetheart, how are you? The link's up at the top if you want to come play with me. I don't know. Just depends on you, honey. You've definitely been on my heart and my prayers, and probably use a healthy distraction. Dolls Dolly in the house, Dolls Dolly in the house. Oh, Scooby. We need to start a GoFundMe for the bail money. I mean, yeah. Well, that's exactly what Big Flip said. You know, I'm going to go hang out with him. We're having breakfast tomorrow. But if we get together and go to some of these coin shows around the area, because he's up in Colorado Springs. I'm in the northern part of the panhandle of Texas. We might get ourselves into a little bit of trouble because we both grew up in New Mexico, and so I'm going metal detecting about. Oh, dolls! That's freaking awesome. I'm metal detecting homesick right now. I haven't got to go in a month. Actually, 2 hours. I haven't got to go in a month now because of the surgery, but I went up. I had Monday on surgery, so Sunday evening I went to where I could not see anything anymore, and like my batteries died in my metal detector. I went to the very last minute metal detecting because I knew I was going to be not able to do it for a while. I tried to get it out of my system and it just won't go away. Man, I am missing it big time. Would that be something different on a nude beach? Have a nude beach club like that where you have to go metal detecting naked. That would be, but I would need something. I would need my fines bag though. I guess I got to wear it around my shoulder. The nude metal detecting. We could start like a whole rally for that or something, you know, like we could have Rob come out, Rob finds treasure. We could have the Hoover boys. We'd have everybody out there and we all just be naked, just metal detecting. I don't think so, dolls. I don't think so. We all have our scars. My problem is I would really struggle because I probably wouldn't get much metal detecting done. My eyes would probably be popping out of my head. I'd be very, very, very distracted. You're like, stop looking at my butt and get back to metal detecting. Well, I'm sorry. I can't. I'd be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, it'd be a little funny to explain to everybody why we have a record too, arrest records. Well, what you do to get arrested? I was metal detecting naked in the public park. We got obscene violations. Yeah, it would be not very godly. I would definitely struggle. I'd have to walk around metal detecting with my eyes closed. And that would be about impossible. So I picked up these two from one of my coin shops today. 2 Silver Eagles. Both of them are 2021. In really good condition. This one's still in the Littleton package. It's starting to tone up pretty good around the edges there. And I got them for an incredible deal. I'm probably going to put those up, on Jeff's. The next time Jeff streams or something like that, I'll put those up. Metal detecting with Braille. There we go. Braille and prayer. God, help me not to be so tempted as to look at Dolly Doll's naked butt. That's what I would be praying the whole time. Or angels, or, yeah. And help me not to go to prison for choosing to do this crazy stunt. Because, yeah. Well, I could paint some stuff orange and see how it works. I'd be like, well, that looks like about 8 inches in the dirt there. That's what I'm measuring. Woo! The carrot, yep. Didn't even think about that one. You're like, Angel, can you hear this one beep beep? It's not beeping. My problem is that was going on. Trying to put the carrot, point it into the hole to figure out what's wrong. It would be standing at attention and not trying to find something in the hole. Well, I guess depending on what we're talking about. Trying to keep this pure. And you're ruining me. You're taking me to the gutters. My mind, I have to. Goose Fraba. Doesn't work well if your carrot's poking up towards the sky. My pen pointer is broken. I can't use it. Just keeps pointing up. Come on, Wheaties. Where are the Wheaties? Like someone already hunted these or something. I think we've only got about 3 Wheaties out of here. Squirrel randomness. Yep. Or this is what we do. You know how Paula has the unicorn costume she's going to wear? What if we got squirrel costumes and ran around and metal detected in the squirrel costumes? And then ran screaming like through the YouTube area. Or the whole coin show. We just run screaming squirrel through the whole YouTube thing wearing squirrel uniform, squirrel costumes. I don't know if Mike would appreciate that too much. Yeah, that would be hot. Hotter would be us running around naked through the whole stupid show. If we decided to. I did that in high school. We did that in the football field. Like a bunch of guys, we'd all run out from the gym and run across the football game naked. If we weren't playing that day. We'd streak across. Hey, Crypt Keeker, welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. We're playing with pennies and having a great time talking about carrots. But I know that Dolly Dolls prefers bananas. She loves talking about bananas. Bananas and cookies. Bananas and cookies. Let's see what's in here. Come on, Wheaties. Been light on the Wheaties in these few boxes here. Still no 2023s in these boxes. I just picked these up like a couple weeks ago. They just haven't got into circulation yet. We'll hit probably most of the Denver here in Texas is what we get. And it'll take about 6 months before we start seeing the Phillies. Before we get Philly boxes in. You know, and ended up seeing them in circulation. Toasted copper. Still a memorial. Probably nothing. Just a memorial. Probably one I dug up out of the dirt. I prefer cookies. The bananas is Jeff, yes. I like cookie dolls. That's what I call Dolls Dolly. I call her my cookie dolls. That's a pretty nice 78. Pretty clean. I'm going to set that one aside. Put it in our nice one as well, guys. That ends that box. I mean, we still have another whole box. Oh, I do. I found another roll. Last roll. Hopefully we get some last roll luck. Like, let's bless it. Last roll luck. Come on, Wheatie. Yes. I have a picture in our annual. We kind of snuck it into the annual my senior year. It was during the parade that we went up and down Main Street in my hometown, and they had a tractor trailer bed, and all the seniors were on it. And we took a picture. All of us mooned the camera. And the guys who did the annual, the girls and guys who did the annual, snuck it into the annual, so it is printed into our annual of all of our butts. Oh, we got, look at that. Okay, let's see what we got here. So this one is Wheatie side. Don't know what it is. Looks a little newer. Any guesses on the date? I'm saying probably a 58. That's my guess. Yeah, Gypsy Wolves, that's what everybody wants to find now. I definitely want. Oh, it's going to be a 53 Denver. I was thinking it's going to be a 58 from the back. It's going to be a 53, but we did get last roll up there. At least we got a Wheatie. A Wheatie. Let's see what else is in here. Maybe another Wheatie, hopefully. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, we used to moon people all the time. And then the guys, we had this thing, it's, you know, they call it now cup check, but, you know, we'd walk up to our friends and backhand their nuts and take them to the ground. And like we were doing that to each other all the time. It was like a big thing back in the 80s. Where you'd say cup check and pop them. They didn't guard themselves quick enough. Yeah. Or me. We had pink bellies too. You guys remember pink bellies? So that was real fun. Most of the time, that was kind of the initiation of the freshmen coming in and swirlies. So you would get the freshmen, especially if they were the younger brothers of the guys in the upperclassmen, and you take them, you hold them down, you pull up their shirt, and you slap their belly till it's pink. Well, I had one because of the stupid thing I did. I'll tell you this story. So I was my sophomore year in high school, and my math teacher was just being absolutely mean to me, and I could not figure out why. I mean, I did everything he asked, but he had walked into class about 45 minutes late, and we all kind of just chuckled the whole class. It was me, another guy, and the rest of all the girls in there were in this math class. Well, he kicks me and my friend out, the two guys, for talking. But we were all talking because he wasn't there for 45 minutes. So he said that in order to, and this is at the end of the year, so we're getting ready for finals. We're studying for finals. So he said we had to come in an hour after school every day for 2 weeks. So we did, and we're like, we did the work. We're good, thinking everything's going to be good. I don't know still what we did wrong. So we ended up coming into class to take the exam. And he stands up and says to me and this other guy, my friend, that we cannot take the final exam with the rest of the class because we didn't participate in the class and study with the rest of the class. We have to come in at a different time on a different day in order to take the exam. I lost it. I was just furious. I was like, I have no idea what this teacher's problem is. I'm pissed. I'm just done. I'm not going to even take the semester test. I'm not even going to show up. I'm just pissed off. So, like that next day or something, I went to go take my book. That's when we had books in school, when there were real books. And the teacher you had a form that you turned your book back into, and the teacher had to sign it. And I walked into his class. He only had one other student he was working with. His desk was just like stacked high of, exam papers that he's got to grade. And I asked him, would he sign my paper? I'm not going to take the final. And he looked at me and said, I am not going to sign your paper. And I broke. I finally broke my patience. I lost it. I walked up to the door to walk out of the classroom. I turn around. I take my big math book and I chunk it right at his head. Luckily, he moved in a split second to turn to look at that other student, but it cleared his entire desk. I mean, papers went flying everywhere. And I walk out. I walk into the library where my buddy was at and telling him what happened. And he was like, uh-oh. And then I turn around and that teacher's there. He was a very heavy set, fat guy. And he looks like he's a little cherry bomb about to explode. He is just furiously red. He reaches out to grab my arm, and my fist comes right up towards his face. You touch me, and it's on. And so, luckily, the vice principal comes around, catches both me and the teacher, what's going on with that. He pulls me into his office. He's talking to the teacher to find out what's going on. And finally, the vice principal comes in and it's like, this is what he's saying that you said about him. And I said, I don't know anything about that. I've never said anything about him. And so what the teacher said was that I was going around, me and my mom were going around town telling everybody he was a drunk. And he was drunk all the time. And he was this and he was that. So I ended up getting suspended. I was kicked out of school for the last 3 days of school. So I didn't get to participate in all of like the in-school stuff. So I'm kicked out. I'm not supposed to be on school grounds at all. So like the next day or something, I'm riding around with one of my best friends. He has an El Camino. So we sneak into the school and we shoe polish the inside of the principal's window saying the class of 89 sucks and class of 90 rules. And then we sneak back out of school. We didn't get caught. We went back over. They're having graduation practice for the class of 89. They're out in the football field. And all their cars are parked by the gym. So we get out, we take the shoe polish and say, 89 sucks, 90 rules on everybody's car. And they're watching us while we're doing it. So we're just laughing our butts off. We're having a great time. And so we get back in this little El Camino. We're driving up and down the street, up and down the drag. And all of a sudden, there's about 20 trucks with people just stacked inside the back of the beds of these trucks, chasing us up and down the boulevard. We come back by the school, trying to get away, taking a shortcut, and they block us in. So now we're in front of the gym, back where we started. And everybody is piled around this car. There's like 50 people around us, and they're all screaming and yelling at us and trying to get in, trying to get the windows open. They're jumping up and down in the bed of this El Camino, and that El Camino is just like popping up like that. And he was afraid it was going to hurt his El Camino. And I'm like, hey, these are our friends. They're not going to hurt us. So I said, and I'm like, do not unlock this door. And the next thing I know, he pops the lock. He is yanked out of the car, like just gets sucked out of the car. His clothes stripped off. They have all their class rings on, and they pink belly him right there. And I'm holding on for dear life on the lock, and I get pulled away. Next thing, same thing with me. I'm stripped buck naked and getting pink bellied right in the parking lot. And so finally, the two of us, we finally get away. We run all the way around the building. His car's sitting there. Our clothes are ripped. And so then all of a sudden we didn't hear any noise, and we come back around and there's no one there. I'm like, what's going on? So I gather up what was left of my shorts and I tie it into a skirt and find a piece of shirt kind of to wear the shirt, and the vice principal's there. And he was like, my buddy's name was Brian. He said, Brian, go home. And Ray, get in here. Because I'm not supposed to be on school grounds at all. I'm expelled. So he makes me come in to the gym. I have to set up all the chairs for graduation, roll up all the basketball goals. And I mean, that was like 2 hours of just sweat. So I set all that up. Then he makes me go back to his office with the shoe polished windows, makes me sit there, and then makes me call my mom and says she has to come pick you up. And man, that was a mess. Last few days of school, and that's the way about every year of my high school years were. Got arrested for stealing water balloons on the last day of school. I mean, you name it. Yeah, I was a little bit wild child, but I had fun. Lots of good memories. It wasn't to hurt anybody. It was just to have fun. All right, here we go. Here's the next box. I'm going to scoop off some of these pennies into my bucket here. It's maybe a little loud. There's a lot on my desk I need to clear off. So if you have headphones, please silence your headphones. There's a box of pennies. There we go. All right. Yeah, where I went wrong is I got caught. Well, there's many stories I didn't get caught, and they're hilarious too, but I definitely got caught. And I mean, they almost called the cops on me for the assault of the teacher. And you know what's crazy about that? The teacher was married, or is married, or was married. I mean, it's been a long time ago. This all both since passed away. He was married to my great aunt. So really, he was my great uncle. What was going on when my parents got divorced, my dad and my grandmother were spreading the rumors saying that to badmouth my mom and I, that we were saying that he was a drunk and all this stuff all over town, but it was actually her sister and my dad doing it. And then I had a conversation with that teacher at his house, because I went over there and talked to him. We were great friends after that from then on. But like I said, it really had nothing to do with either one of us. It was just the malice behavior of my dad and my grandmother. They just wanted to be hateful. And it caused all kinds of problems. But I only got caught a few times. Only had handcuffs twice. and had to walk from the police station to home because my mom came and signed me out but refused to take me home. She made me walk a long, long, long ways. She's like, you found your way here, you can find your way back. All right, so this is box number 4. That's what we just cracked into of the 4-box series. Last box. My first time I got arrested for the water balloon incident, I had $20 in my pocket. We walk into Kmart, me and my friends, we're just hyped up, having to get more water balloons, last days of school. Don't know why, we just didn't pay for them, but we thought, hey, let's be cool and steal them. So we took a bunch of water balloons in the packages, stuck into the garden center and pushed them through the fence, thinking that they wouldn't see us. And then we were going to come back around and get them. Nope, we started walking towards the door and they stopped us right at the door, along with the local cop of our small town, who happens to be a relative of mine. And I had already broken this hand after that's a whole different story, a different party, broke my hand. So I have a cast on, and he can't get the handcuffs around the cast. It's too big. And he spent like 15 minutes trying to get those handcuffs on, and I'm like, do you really need it? I think it was just more for show. And finally he gave up on the idea. He's like, are you going to behave? I'm like, well, yeah. So he takes me down to the police station. I'm sitting there, wait like 2 or 3 hours, waiting for my mom to show up because she's at work. And she was livid. And so I'm the only one that got arrested. My friends didn't get arrested. I took the full blame for it. I mean, it was my fault anyway for talking into it and myself. Ended up getting taken down to the police station. There's a 59. And so I'm the only one that got arrested. I was down at the police station. My mom shows up because she was like, she told the cop, or cousin, that they could keep me. And they said, ma'am, because he's a minor, we cannot. You have to come down. And she's like, I'm not going to come down and let him out. He can stay there. It's like, no, ma'am, if you don't, we have to come and arrest you. So that only pissed her off more. So she comes down, she leaves work, she signs me out and leaves me standing in front of the police station. And, you know, I live like 12 miles outside of town, and I had to walk home. So that was a fun experience. And then I had 12, oh, looky there. Man, I got my camera moved way out of place. All right, so here's another weedy. So I have 6 months of probation that I have to complete. So I had to go check in with the probation officer every week. That was fun. Tell him that I had a job and that I'm doing well with my grades. Right after I get off probation, I get arrested again for a curfew violation because I wasn't 18 and I'm out dragging the strip, and we get pulled over. And it was something they just enacted like, 6 months earlier. And like no one had even been pulled over for it or anything. So I get hauled back into the police station in the middle of the night, and they call my mom again and make her come get me. I'm like, just leave me here. Just give me a cell. I'll stay the night. Nope. They drag her out of bed. All right, so let's see which one we got here. Maybe I'll do it this way. Stop moving, camera. I'm gonna have to get a separate stand away from this. I prefer this to work well. Jeff is texting me. Let's see what Jeff says. Oh, he just gave me a stream link. Okay. 1940, So I had a very colorful high school years. If you guys have ever seen the movie Animal House, that was more of my high school. That was pretty much what it was like the whole time in high school. That's the reason why I didn't do well in school. And we partied like animals. Like I said, I didn't get caught with a lot of bad stuff that we did, but I had friends that did. Close friend and a bunch of my buddies were all together. We were trying to get beer that night for a party. We were all underage. I mean, we're all 16, 17 years old. Trying to get a couple of cases of beer, couldn't get anybody to buy for us. So the beer truck is parked at the bar and they're unloading, crates of beer for the bar. So they go up, they pull behind the bar, they wait for the guy to go in, and he didn't lock his truck or even pull down the thing. It's a small tube. Didn't think anything of it. And they proceeded to fill the trunk of their car full of beer, especially Keystone. That's like the bottom of the barrel for Coors Light. And they fill up their trunk and run off. Well, they got caught. And I mean, he was one of my buddies that I wrestled with in high school. And he and a few other of my friends were in pretty serious trouble for stealing alcohol, especially underage. That wasn't even the worst part of it. This is my senior year too, and his senior year. All of my friends this was their senior year, and we had done that many times before and never got caught. This time they got caught. He was on my wrestling team with me. But his dad was the state cop for our area. So try to explain that to your state cop dad, that you got caught robbing an a beer truck for beer. And he was already signed up to go into the Navy. He was going to do special forces. He was going to go for Navy SEAL, and he could definitely do it. He had the mindset of it. And that jeopardized everything. That about ended everything that he was ever going to dream of. I mean, there was a chance that he would go to jail. And I mean, how to explain it to your dad, who's a state cop, and that state cop is best friends with the judge. But the judge kind of had his hands tied about what he could and couldn't do, because the Budweiser company or Coors company, I couldn't remember who it was pressing charges of theft of, I forgot how they put it. It wasn't transporting across state lines or anything, but it was transporting of alcohol. He had multiple charges against him. So they finally relented. Oh, dude, check this out. Wow, double weedy. We got a double weedy. All right, let's take a look at this one. Let me back it up a little bit so we can see it and get it clear. Okay. Guess on the date. We'll start with this one. Yeah, I almost got caught with weed too. Yeah. Well, in our hometown, the bad thing about it was we got caught with alcohol all the time. They would take our beer and tell us to go home. Or if they got caught with weed, they'd take our weed and tell us to go home. The problem is then the cops had free beer and they would drink it all. That was the issue. And like I said, most of the cops were my cousins anyway. All right, there we go. Oh man, yeah, being the mayor of the town, dude, that is intense. Yeah, I mean, in small towns, everybody knows who you are. Everybody, parents know who you are. Oh, and the end of that story, where I got caught with the water balloons. So my best friend that I was with, who was with me, there was like 4 of us. I go over to his mom's house about 4 days later, and she has a rule. So she was the state arm wrestling champion for Oklahoma in the women's division back in the day. She pulls out the paddle, tells both of us to bend over. I'm 17. And you talk about setting your butt on fire. She gave us swats, both me, because I was like her son too. I mean, I lived over at their house all the time too, and I got swats. After we got swats and we calmed down and stopped crying, we had to write our name on the paddle. So my name was on that paddle and I think my buddy Rick still has that paddle. Still 35 years later, plus, he still got that paddle. All right, here we go. Here's the reveal. Let's see what it is. It's going to be a 49. Come on, focus. I think it's an S. Let's go over the scope real quick. Let me jump over the scope. Take a look at it. There. Let's see what we got. 49S. There we go. And his hairdo is pretty bad too. He's got like a mohawk going on in the back. There we go. Yep. So 42S. Pretty nice. All right, let's throw that up there. Let's go back to our overhead cam. I think, yeah, there we go. There's our overhead cam. So, yeah, I got swats at 17. Well, you want to hear another funny story? I go out with my cousin. She and my best friend Rick are dating. There's another weed. Man, there's a lot of weed. Oh, that was the other weed. I forgot to look at that one. That one is rough. That could be old though. Could be. No. 51 Denver. It was just roadkill. It was left in the street and got run over a few times. So I had, I was using my mom's car. My sister's with me, my cousin, my best friend. We go out to this. There's another weedy. What is going on with this roll? That's a 49S. Maybe we had a spill, or a collection dump. That's 3 weedies almost back to back. That's crazy. So I borrow my mom's car. We go out to this place called Dry Lakes, or was it? I can't remember the name of it, but it was where the old public swimming pool used to be back in the 50s, 40s and 50s, and it's long since gone and dried up. But we used it as a party spot. We'd, make a bonfire, have our beer, and drink. So I had gotten a hold of probably about 4 6-packs of wine coolers, because that's all we could get. It's like, hey, we're gonna drink anyway. So we're drinking. We have a bunch of buddies show up, and so one of my other buddies had got his dad's truck, and he had borrowed his dad's truck. So we're all feeling pretty good, and the road has a one-way into the old swimming pool, and then it has a one-way out, and there's a main road that goes this way. So you get exit off, but it's a one-way, and then there's a one-way that comes back. And where this main road is, there's a median, that concrete median in the middle of the street to divide the 2 different lanes. So we're driving back and we're racing. I'm hitting 120 miles an hour, and so is he. And I'm in my mom's car. So I'm going to take the shortcut, go down the one way, down the wrong way, try to avoid that median and beat him. Didn't work out so well. I hit the median. I blew out 2 tires on my mom's car. Sparks go flying out the bottom of the car in both directions, like a welding shop. and I'm stuck now in the street with 2 flat tires. Now, if I just had, I could air them right back up and they would have been fine. But we're trying to figure out where we're going to get tires or to replace a tire at 2 o'clock in the morning. There's no one open in my little tiny town. I'm trying to figure out how never to let my mom know what just happened. So as we're sitting there trying to figure all this out, a city worker drives by and we're like, crap. He calls it in. The next thing we know, we have every cop from that town, all my cousins and stuff, there, because they have nothing better to do. It's a small town. I mean, that's the most exciting thing they got. So they're all there. We had, before the cops got there, when we saw that city worker, we took all the alcohol and we went down in this canal area and stuck it into the drain pipe and hid it. So cops are there, me and my best friend, my cousin and my sister, and we're, bad situation. I'm thinking I'm going to get DUI, get arrested and everything. So my cousin, my cop cousin says, have you been drinking? And I was like, yes, sir. And then he asked me again, have you been drinking? I said, yes, sir. And then my best friend punches me in the arm. Have you been drinking? No. Okay. Let's get your car fixed up and get you home. So, they determined I got a, what was it? I forgot what the name of the type of ticket. I got a ticket, careless driving ticket. It was a careless driving ticket. They estimated I was going about 110 to 120 miles an hour down the one way, down the wrong way, past curfew, in the middle of the night while I am intoxicated. But the only thing that showed up was the careless driving, that I went the wrong way. And so I got a careless driving ticket. So now we're there. We're having to figure out how to get tires. So finally we figure out we got the tires fixed. I get the car home, and my mom never knows anything different. How I spent my night. I mean, the car was absolutely fine, just other than getting the tires fixed. That was a one-night whole adventure, and it was quite.
Hey!
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it happens. It's okay.
How long have you been in the basement?
For like a half an hour now. No, I'm just kidding. Like 10 minutes.
Man, don't make me feel like a pile of poop. I'll have to put poop emojis in now. I feel like an idiot. I'm not paying attention. I'm just talking long.
It's okay. It's okay.
Did I have my mic on? Was I talking?
Yeah, you were talking.
Okay, good. I was hoping that I didn't talk to myself like Jeff does quite often.
Oh, yeah. Not a big deal.
So you want me to tell you what I picked up those ASCs for?
No, what'd you pick them up for?
$32 a piece.
That ain't bad.
Not bad at all. And
No.
they're in really nice shape. They're still in the plastic. Oh, those are
picked
cool.
Marshall Islands.
Yeah, I have a stack of those. Or did I sell them?
I think you sold them.
I had 4 of them and I sold them. Those are so neat. I wish they were made out of silver though. Man, they would be so much more highly collectible.
Well, the ones you sold, because this one is silver.
It is?
Yeah.
I thought they were all clad.
No. This one is silver.
Maybe I did sell silver ones for $5 a piece.
Right? They made it by
Then I am doing a giveaway like Jeff does on his channel.
Oh my gosh, that's why you
$100
should check them. Yeah, this
Man,
one's silver.
oh man. Yeah, Jeff just texted me and sent me the link for the channel tonight or today. So
Yeah, he sent it to me too. I might be a little late coming up, but that's okay.
You get your hands full. So yeah, what a mess. I hope they weren't silver. They were proofs.
Well, they might have been silver.
Crap. Because every
Well,
woman that
they
I've
have
ever had
certain
before
ones.
was just clad. So I just never even cared to look because I just always assumed they were all clad.
Nope, they're not all clad.
Someone
Some of
got
them
an
are silver.
incredible deal. What do you got there?
Oh, this is an 1881 OMS 62.
Ooh, pretty.
Just got it today.
Sweet. You know which coin I miss?
Which one is that? The cat bus?
No, I sold the 1893 CC Morgan.
Oh,
I had to. It's when I was getting my truck, and I sold it to Silver Keys. Because those are so rare anyway, and different. Like the 83S.
right.
And high grades. This one was not high grade. I mean, I would say maybe like F12, maybe G4. I don't know, somewhere around there. And it's still a $600 coin, even in even in bad condition, still a $600 coin in G4. And she got a great deal for it. I mean, I gave her a Mega Friends discount on it.
Sometimes you gotta do that. Just get what you need.
Yeah, well, and handing it off to someone who I knew was going to take care of it and have it in her collection and stuff too. I mean, I don't have any problem with it.
This one I think is undergraded though.
That is sweet looking.
There's like nothing. I don't see why it's an MS65.
So it depends on the strike too. So have the depth of the strike. They grade every little stinking detail on those. So if the strike is detracting from being absolutely perfect to what that grader thought that day in his mind, if he was smoking a joint or something, who knows?
Or maybe you should have smoked two. It might have came out with a perfect 70.
Yeah, that'd been really nice, wouldn't it? I'd be like winning lotto.
So I got the 1881S, MS63, and a PCGS MS62.
So I've got 5 or 6 ounces I need to get rid of, Crypt Keeper. Well, you are in the right place, buddy. You're in the right place. Because I feel you. I have, I'll show you here what I ended up doing. Here, let me switch the camera here real quick. Okay, so my computer died. And I needed something that I could do videos on and everything else. And so I chose kind of the lower level gaming computer. And it was still $1,000. So now I've got to turn around and pay off a credit card with $1,000. So now I'm only buying stuff that I have to turn around and sell because the only way is 1788. $82, $85, $4. What am I not? Oh, it's off. It's off center on the.
It is. On the strike right there, on all of it.
Wow. Way off center. That is a nice bill.
It's uncirculated at
that one.
Auction.
Whoa, that is a cool one. That'd be definitely getting graded.
Not yet, Crypt. There's a lot going on right now. Just bear with me. We'll get it figured out. I promise.
We know that Kraken ate that alien round.
That's probably what happened. Kraken got it and he ate it.
Yeah.
Put it in the kitty litter with the other aliens.
Yeah. We know that he was abducted by aliens and sexually probed, so that's what happened to Kraken. He has a tendency to do stuff like that. He was sexually abused as an adult in an alien spacecraft. And so he has major psychological trauma from it. And so now he eats every alien silver round that he finds. Ooh. Pretty, pretty.
Yeah, it came with a pretty price tag too. It's uncirculated.
Yeah, I bet. That's sharp. 50 cents.
Well, it's actually the exposition.
Oh, that's the ticket for the exposition?
Wait a minute, 1776 to 1876. So this is the international.
Oh, wow.
And I think this one never occurred because there was a fire.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But they had the ticket. And then I have the token to go with it right here.
Oh, nice.
So the token should have never been released, and this should have never been released.
And the international one, where was it? In Philly?
And Philadelphia.
Wow, yeah. Interesting.
So those two are worth some money because it never happened.
That is wild. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have a few things from the, you've already seen them, the 82-83 exposition in Chicago.
Yep, that one I was hoping to get my hands on, but I guess I missed it by a couple dollars.
And really what I want to do is kind of gather some more stuff from the exposition and get it framed, like take it to Hobby Lobby and make a really nice display frame.
Yep.
That would be sweet. That's what I want to do. So as I see stuff, I will pick it up, anything related to it. Like, I want to try to collect a lot of the tokens from the exposition. Get maybe a couple more tickets.
This survived. This is an exposition spoon.
I know, isn't that beautiful?
Chicago Exposition, 1863. Silver.
Did I show you my spoon?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, it's not the exposition, but it's pretty old. Let me grab it real quick from my cabinet. Slide over. So there was a lady selling these locally on the garage sale site. So I bought up a bunch of them. Some of them were just regular plain sterling spoons.
Oh, that is pretty. I like that. It's got some good design to it.
And then
Director, YMCA director?
1907.
Oh, nice.
That's the reason why I held on to this one and didn't melt it.
Yeah, because that has history. That's what
because it had the date. The other ones were just plain old sterling spoons because I was just looking for silver. So I kept that one as a collector's piece for sure. So maybe what we could do is I'll bring my spoon and you bring your spoon and we can spoon.
Good one.
Good one. Cha-ching.
I don't know if my spoon will like your spoon though, but we'll see.
We'll spoon it.
Look at this baby.
Let's see there. Okay, let me see what is missing here.
Misaligned. The whole entire note is shifted.
Oh, heck yeah, it is.
Now turn it over. It's totally shifted on the back as well.
Nice. I wonder, I got my $5 bill I should look at. I'm going to crack my safe because it's miscut, but I never really thought about checking it for misalignment. Because it could be with it being so miscut, it could have been just misaligned print too. All right.
Nice, Miss Coin Crew. Awesome.
Got to edit for time. I need to do mine. I've got to get mine ready for Saturday.
Are you slacking, Master Ray?
Yeah. Slacking. All right, let's see what we got.
That's Slacken's job, not yours.
I know, slacking. So I picked these up for the bank. These are really neat.
Oh yeah, first day issues. Yep.
Yeah, first day issues, 76s with a 76 stamp, April 13th. The bank, someone turned them into the bank and they called me up and said, hey, do you want these? And I was like, absolutely. So I paid $4 for them.
That's not a bad price.
Not bad, because I'm thinking, if I were to flip those, I think they go for higher value than that because they are perfect. Let's see. That one's a 76. I don't know why. Maybe because of lower serial number. What do we got here? A series. Redeemable. Oh, gold note. Holy cow. Does it have the orange?
Nope,
seal?
This one's not the orange one. This is the federal.
Oh, wow.
And there's your year right there.
28. That is sweet. Let's see what this one is here. Why did I keep this one? 6161 1979. Oh, it's been more like a birthday note.
Oh, I gotta show you this. I'm not sure.
1979. 6161 79.
I think it's a repeater note, but I'm not real certain.
Oh, he just got some real crispy bills from the bank. Nice. You know, that's something I haven't done in a little bit is a bill search.
This one right here.
Uh-huh.
Is that a repeater?
Let's see. So we have 6176 and then 6176. Yeah, absolutely. It is a repeater.
And a radar, right?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
absolutely. That's a good note. That'll bring some decent cash.
And it's uncirculated too.
2013 B series note, star note.
Yep. That's a nice one too.
And it fits within the range of the star note series too that they're looking for. Pretty rough looking though.
You're not gonna see radar love.
Yeah. 2479. 00002479 star.
So those B notes from 2013, I was saying something incorrect on it, and did some research to make sure I was saying it right.
Uh-huh.
So we said something to another member in the community that they were incorrect, but here what they were saying is they printed 2 sets of star notes for that year.
Correct. There were 2 printed sets
I
of
was
star notes.
thinking
Same serial number, 2 different areas, DC and West Point. Is it West Point or Dallas? I think it's
West Point, DC
Yeah,
and
West
West
Point.
Point.
Yeah.
So I was thinking it was a regular serial number plus a star note, and I was wrong.
Yeah. Some of these I don't remember why I kept them. Should probably spend them. There's the 79. Here's another one kind of cool. 1979, 2727. Just not worth much value unless someone wanted it for a birthday. Here's the $5. This is really nice. This
Oh,
is
that was a nice one.
1985.
Crypt Keeper, those are things that I would have offered to buy them from you, but at the same time, notes is another form of numismatics that a lot of people shy away from, and they shouldn't. They carry some good value on them.
Yeah, really nice off-center cut note.
Oh,
You can
that
even
is,
stop
yeah.
you can see the line at the top of the additional one.
Yep, I have one of those too. Yep.
Yep. That's a nice little cut note. I got rid of my old currency.
That was this one right here. You see part of the other note cut.
Yeah. Another star note. $5 star note.
Yep, I got a Miss Coin Crew. I have some.
Oh, here's a cool note. This one I like.
What's this? 5 zeros? Oh, is that a radar? Almost.
It's a binary, but
It
it's
is
all
binary.
5s and 0s.
Yep.
So that's probably one of the neater ones that I've pulled out of circulation that I found.
The only one that really confuses me when I look for them is radars.
Yeah, it's hard to think in the numbers and different sequences. You know, like you had 423, and then 324. You know, different kinds and ladders because they can be multiple different ways. That was just a lower serial number. Oh, this one could definitely be a birthday note though, but someone would have to be a little bit older.
Oh, so you just put them in a book, Crypt Keeper. Put them in a special book. Like here, I'll show you.
Yeah, like this is what I just picked this up at Hobby Lobby.
You put them in those type of books like he has. Oh, that's a nice note.
Yep, 6/1/1926. So if someone had a June 1st birthday, 1926. There's my stack of gold foils. And then I got some from my rack, being part of the Iraqi War.
I need to get another book. I got more notes to put in. and I'm out of space.
You need $10,000. We got 10,000 marks.
Oh, hey, that's cool.
1922.
Oh, wow.
And I have a stack of them. So in World War II, my grandfather brought these back, and they're 10,000 mark.
I got a fake $10,000 gold note.
Berlin. Ooh, yeah, that would be nice if it were real, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or the $100,000 note.
Right.
Because Keith's got the $500 note. Hey, Steven, welcome in. Good to see you, brother. How are you doing? And you know, I never even looked at the serial numbers on these, but it's kind of neat. He brought a whole stack of them back from the war.
Hey, Keevan.
I think these go for about $8 a piece, if I'm not mistaken. Those,
Some of them, yeah, they go for.
because they're demonetized. So I mean, they were. I got some Japan money.
That'd be awesome if that was
from
real.
World War II too. Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Can I cash this at the bank? Can I get 20s for this?
Right.
Can you break this for 20s?
I've seen like several million of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just do ones.
I'll bring a couple of suitcases for you to put it in.
Don't worry about it. We got the truck outside.
That would be nuts.
I already get my butt going, so I'm going to jump off here.
All right, yeah. Have fun metal detecting.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could.
I've never done it before, so wish me luck.
Good luck, because I tell you, but when you find your first silver coin, you're stuck forever doing it, because you get that fever, it never lets you go.
Right? Well, I don't know. Where I'm going to metal detect, somebody said, and their family member passed away recently, said that they saw him out burying stuff on the property, and they want me to metal detect it for him.
Ooh, now you've got at least a little history to run with it, too. That's sweet.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do.
Canada. Oh, Canada. We got a Canadian.
All right, I'll see you later, Ringmaster Ray.
All right, bye. You have a wonderful day. If anybody else is bored, I have the link, pinned at the top there. Come hang out, play pennies, talk, have fun, tell stories, have a beer. Trying to find some more Wheaties here. I've got to get these back to the bank. I'm tired of setting them on the floor here. I'm trying to finish off the rest of that box. That's box number 4, and we will have completed our 4-box series. So far, we've done pretty well with this last box here. Finished up the last box there. Let's see what we got. So far, we got 1 Canada, 1956 Denver, 1953 Denver, 1949 S. That's a 51 D, a 50, could be S or D. It's a little dirty there. Got a little grease struck through it, just kind of threw up there. 49, 41, 45, 40. We still haven't broke into the 30s yet. We need a 30s. 30s, 20s, or teens. That's what we need. It's usually, I mix it up. I go to my 2 different banks, and I go to different branches and get boxes of pennies from them. I know they probably came from all the, at least the same bank branches. They all come from the same source. But I try to mix it up where I dump them, and try to get a better chance of getting better coins. And that reminds me, I need to order my 2 boxes of halves. I forgot to order it, dang it. Should have done a 2-box half hunt. My last 2 boxes, I got 6 40s and 3 90s in it. The last 2 boxes that I had, so not too shabby on that. Got some decent silver out of it. Free money. Dead roll. Nothing in it. Yeah, we have a couple of new places that we've got ready to go hunt, and I haven't got to get out and do any metal detecting. I don't know when I'm going to be freed or let go to be able to go metal detecting again. I guess it just depends on how well I do with physical therapy. I mean, I'm doing everything they tell me to do with physical therapy. Ooh, that's a beautiful one. 70S. Nice condition. I'll set that into my nice 70s. I'll look under the scope for it too to make sure it's not the double die. I don't see it. You should be able to see it in naked eye, or at least with my scope. Or, I mean, my magnifying glass here with the light, but I didn't see it. That's a nice one though. There's a 95. We're gonna look for that double ear. Some 68. So yeah, tonight I'll be over at Jeff Crumpler's channel. Got some goodies that I'm gonna be putting up. As some of you guys have seen some of the previews. And then I gotta go back to the coin shop tomorrow and pick up a bunch of other stuff that I liked. Some good silvers. Can't make that one out. Oh, it's a 1. It's a 91, nothing there, nothing special on those. Alright, next roll. Let's rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. Gotta take my trash out. It's full of coin roll wrappers. It's packed. Now I'm just throwing them on the floor, pretty much. 24 hours. I have nothing here. Nada. That's a 70 something. We'll look at that one. So today is Thursday. I'm trying to think. Since I've been out of work, I lose track of what days are what days. And I get them confused. Because it's so weird not to, have to get up in the morning, go to work, know what the day is, what you got to do. Kind of feel like retirement, I guess, which I wouldn't mind. There's no way. Not for a long time can I do that. Yep, keep those Wheaties rolling, right. Nada. Nothing on that one. Let's see. As soon as we get done with this box, I'm just going to dump out all the Wheaties that we found in the 4 boxes. I mean, it was still pretty light for all the 4 boxes for the amount of wheats that we got. Oh, there's one. Let's see if we can find what date this one is. That one's got to be an oldie. Look how slick those ears are. Okay, get your guesses in. Let's see what it is. That's a slicky. Hey, AAP, great to see you, brother. How are you doing? Let's see if we can figure out what year that Kevin comes in with 44. I'm thinking like 1919, maybe a 20s. Look at those ears on there. When they're that slick, it usually means they're really old. I'm gonna guess 1919. That was like one of the most common teen dates minted or the highest mintage. You ready for the reveal? Let's go. And watch Kevin be correct. Look at that. Dead on, Kevin. Man, I'm thinking tease how slick those ears are, and it comes out to a stinking 44. Ooh, 44. Yeah, stinking 44. It fooled me. There's a very nice one. Definitely look at that one under the scope. That's a 62 Denver. There we go. Beautiful condition. That'll go up in the nice pile. Look for that D RPMs. Can't believe that was a stinking 44. I was really betting on a teen cent. I think someone beat that one up just to fool me. And it definitely fooled me. Hey, there's a Lincoln log. We'll look at him under the scope, looking for the extra finger. He'll go in that pile. That's it for that one. At least we got a Wheatie out of it, even if it was a stinking 44. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I've hunted a lot of pennies, and that one definitely fooled me. I was definitely thinking older. Yeah, I expected that one to be 1919 or 29 is a very common older wheat. Or 1920 is very common. You don't find the ones with in the teens. Normally you don't get the ones with the mint marks either. They're usually just all the fillies, unfortunately. Is there an auction today? Well, there will be on Jeff Crumpler's channel. So we'll be doing stuff on his channel. We'll be doing auctions and stuff and running a few games and stuff on his channel tonight. Oh, look at that. I just made 10 cents. I just made 10 cents. We got us a dime. Nice. Making money for my honey. We're making money. I ain't got a honey, so I don't have to worry about that. Look at that one under the scope. There we go. Been divorced way too long. No honeys for me. Sure. Let me go grab his link here real quick. Grab it. That way you can play with this because I'll be on there. I've got some really neat stuff coming up. Foreign coins, silver coins, some really new asthmatic stuff, some really nice stuff. All right, let me go here. Yoto. Oh, I don't want to go that way. I want to go here. A link for that channel. Let's go. I can't spell. That's the reason why it's freaking out on me. There we go. Channel. Why is it not just going to his channel? What the heck is going on? Type it on YouTube. All right, let me find Jeff's channel here. I don't know why it was just jumping all around a different. There you go. It's taking me. I go to. What is going on with this? I go to YouTube. I type in his channel, and then it takes me like to a different link altogether. It's weird. Okay, there we go. All right, let me go to his channel. Let me go to live. See if he's posted it up for upcoming. Notification on. Today is the 22nd. That's the 20th. See schedule for the 22nd. 20th. There we go. Let me open that. Let me share. Copy link. And we will come back over here to me. And I'll drop that in there. All right, so here's his channel for tonight. There's the channel link. That's where I will be playing around with my friends. 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, as Dolly Dog says. That's the link. That's where we're going to be hanging out, having fun, doing all that good stuff there. And we usually have some really neat stuff. I'll probably be putting up a couple of ASCs tonight. Some early ones. I have some really, really nice foreign coins that I'm going to be putting up that I picked up from the coin shop. I have some early wheats that I'm going to put up. I don't think I just have any plain silver rounds or anything. I was going to pick some up today and couldn't. And so I just went with the ASCs. That's what I'll be putting up tonight. You're a fan of the foreign. Yeah, I got some really old stuff too. Really, really old stuff. And, you know, I'll show you a little preview of something I'm going to be putting up that you will like. I think you may have saw it yesterday. So this is my collection of large sets from Great Britain. And so like this one here is 1806. There's an 1806 halfpenny, 1807 halfpenny. At the 1860s, you got the large cents, you know, back in the mid to 1800s. I mean, this whole sheet is loaded. I even have an 1897 silver sixpence right there. That one's silver. And I have 3 sheets of these UK coins that I've collected over the years. And I'm going to move them on to somebody who will love them and cherish them as much as I did. So that will be on there too. I'm going to throw that up there. Someone wants those. I'm going to try to sell it all in one single lot. But I don't know. I may have to break them down and start selling them separately if no one wants to buy the whole lot at once. But I did get like a whole stacks of foreign coins. And hoping that they will move quickly. And usually when I have foreigns, people really like them. And the ones that I picked up or picked out were really cool looking too. Oh wow, you got through mudlarking. That is neat. Well, I kind of was raised into this, not coins. I mean, when I was about 4 or 5 years old, my great-grandparents gave me 2 silver dollars. Still have them. That kind of led me into some coin collecting. Plus, I got my parents' old can of, you know, buffaloes and Indian heads that they had, and kept all of those. And so I would pick up coins here and there as I saw them, like at, you know, flea markets or at garage sales. I would pick them up. I And that's how I kind of started out with coin collecting as a little kid, but I wasn't very serious about it. Didn't have any books or anything. I just mainly kept them in a coffee can. And then we also, as a kid, my parents and I, my sister, we all went arrowhead hunting. So I lived in the Badlands in New Mexico, so we would always go hunt for Native American artifacts. And that was kind of my mom's passion for sure, and mine. Loved doing it. And we would also hit all these old settlements back from the mid to late 1800s. There'd be, stone, just stone walls left of some of the old houses. And we would hunt around there and find old stuff too. And so I had it kind of bred into me. And then about, 6 years ago, I found YouTube and kind of got more into the idea of wanting to metal detect. So I started doing that, learning about metal detecting. And that led me to finding people who like coins, which I liked coins. That led me to get more serious about coins and hunting coins. And kind of just grew from there, from one hobby to the next, to silver pouring, you name it. And then I kind of just got into everything. Coin roll hunting. I really enjoy coin roll hunting. Yeah, just the photo ops. I mean, because it is rough and rugged and there's no one around for miles and miles and miles. And those ranches that I would go where the Badlands were, the river would run through it. All you would see is the wild game. You'd see deer, you would see wild pigs and turkeys and and quail and pheasants and all that stuff. You would see just the wildlife that was there, and it's just you and them. And I would, when I was a kid, would hike for like 16 to 20 miles a day, just hunting arrowheads and finding new camps. And find the old Indian camps. There was times where I would go up very high on some of the mesas and look down, and I could see the teepee rings where they had anchored the teepees down, knowing that's where a camp was at. That was an ugly one. Probably not, wasn't plated, but man, it is beat up. It's bowed. So it lost its plating, or didn't have its plating when it was made. So it's missing the clad layer of the copper, but it is too ugly to keep. Yeah, I do too. I love, like, when they do it around England and stuff, and the stuff that they find. Oh my goodness. It just blows my mind that, it was all a trash dump at once, but how much has been lost there and what they find is just ridiculous. And I've heard of places around New York and some of the northern states were like that. They'll find it on the coast of the shorelines of some of now that they're lakes. And they find all kinds of amazing stuff. Now, where I was at, because there wasn't anybody there, a lot of times I would find fossils. Lots and lots of fossils. A lot of dinosaur fossils. Yeah. Because what they would do is they would take the rocks, and where you had the leather part of the tent where it came down, they would put the poles and they would crisscross, tie up around, and they'd have the TV there, and then they would weight down the base with the rocks so the animals and stuff couldn't get in, and it would keep everything warm when the wind was blowing, because this area loved for the wind to blow. And sometimes in the winter it blows very cold. So it was a very suitable design to keep them warm too during the winter times. Because they could just use a very tiny fire and it would keep the inside of that teepee very hot and warm. Oh, I know. Well, I have something I'm going to be doing very similar to that. If I can raise enough silver, there's a silver pour that I'm going to do. If I already have the mold for it, but I'm thinking it's going to take about 50 ounces of silver to do it. And I don't know who would ever buy that, but it would be in a very expensive piece of silver. But I'm hoping to be able to, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Let me find it here. Where did I stick it? It's not there, not there, not there. Well, I'm going to show you the real one. So I have a resin mold made that from one of these, and that's the one I'm going to be using to do the casting with. I'm not going to cast the original, but that is what I'm going to cast. And I want to do the whole thing in pure silver. So I had one that was 3D printed, about the same size, same design looking and everything else, but it's 3D printed. And I'm thinking about doing a copper or brass, but I definitely want to do one out of silver. But it's going to take about probably 50 ounces of silver to do that. Yeah, it's a megalodon tooth. And it still has nice serrations around the edge. I mean, it's still razor sharp after 30 million years. 30-million-year-old tooth. So I have one that is 3D resin that I'm going to print. I mean, I've already got it printed. I've just got to come up with the funds to come up with that amount of silver. I mean, I can do it in copper with no problem, and I may do that too. But I definitely one day want to make one out of silver. That's kind of like something I just want to do. What do we got here? Is that a 60? Quite tell. Oh, it's an 80. So that is some of the stuff. I have a lot of ideas to do. I like large silver pours, I guess, and I make them too big for people to want to buy them. So I just set them on my shelf, and they just become mine. And they sit there. Some of them I do remelt and make other stuff with. It's the ones I'm not emotionally so much attached to. And I'll melt and remelt them, do something else with it. That's the problem. Like, so I have this one here that I'm emotionally attached to that I won't melt. I got about 3 of them here, I should say, that I won't melt. Because I like them too much. So I have this guy. He's a stormtrooper. He's got his removable backpack. His backpack snaps into place. I'm going to get him set because it is quite heavy, so it's hard for it to... But it locks into place. He has a removable gun. You can turn any direction you want. But he is a stormtrooper. And he weighs a little under 10 ounces of silver. And I poured him, I think probably last year sometime. There's his backpack. So that's the stormtrooper I made. It never sold on RN Metal, so he just goes up on my shelf. This one hasn't sold, but I'm definitely keeping that one. This is 4.3 troy ounces of pure silver, 3/9 fine. I got a little display for him. He just sets up on my shelf because I was in the Navy, so a long time ago. And I do like this one a lot, so I didn't melt that one either. This one is 5.63 troy ounces. It is a U.S. Cavalry belt plate. It is double-sided and thick. This is a thick piece of silver. There we go. So here he goes. You can see how thick that is. Over 5 ounces of silver. It's double-sided, have it all stamped up. So this will be more like the show side. This would be more like just for the side that you would see what it's made out of and the weight. So do have those. And I haven't been able to get out and pour right now till my knee heals up a little more and I can put a little weight on it, stand on it, because I can't stand on one leg and try to pour silver for that amount of time. So then we got these little stands you can get off Amazon and they work great. Those go up on my shelf. My little stormtrooper. And then I have some of Big Red's pours. I've got all kinds of stuff up here. My metal pour, silver keys pour. There goes my stormtrooper. He doesn't want to stand up. Oh, let me show you another one that didn't sell that I liked, that I'm keeping, and I'm not going to melt down, is this one. And he weighs 7.8 ounces of pure silver. But I'm keeping that one since it never sold. It'll go up on my deep stack, I guess. Unless someone makes me a decent offer someday. But yeah, Abe Lincoln. But definitely want to get out back in the garage and get to work making some neat stuff. A lot of stuff I want to do. And I'm waiting for that to heal up. It's kind of slowed me way down. So I've been out of work for a month, still on leave. And the doctor told me that I still have to be out of work another 4 weeks. And that's kind of tough for someone, I'm always super active, always wanting to do something, always, so like there's days I'm so bored. I just get out of the house to get out of the house. I'm like, I'll just drive around to coin shop to coin shop. I don't even have to buy anything. I just go in there and just window shop just because I'm bored to death. And, for a while there, I was getting boxes and boxes of different coin and hunting those and just keeping my mind busy. Reading a lot. But I am not a person that can stand still very long. Only time I usually stand still or not doing something is if I'm sleeping. And it's hard for me to do the same thing over and over for a long period of time too. Like, with Angel, she could drive her nuts having to do mail because you just sit there and you just write labels and you print labels and do this, and it gets monotonous and you hate it and you have to go do something else for a while. Well, let's see what time it is. Is Silver Bull on yet? Let me go over to his channel. We may go over there and check him out. What that? Let's go here. Look up Silver Bull 30. It's a lot of fun to hang out with too. Oh, look, no, he's still upcoming. It says we got. Oh, that's live in 22 hours. Is he coming up today? He's just got some of these pre-planned out already. The notifications on. Let me see his lives. I thought he was doing today. 2:30. No, that's tomorrow. Never mind. So he's not coming up. Let's see who else is up and going. See if there's anybody else besides us. I don't see anything really. No, it's just us, really. Only thing going on right now. So let me go back here. I'm going to go to my channel on the YouTube side. There we go. We're going to come over here and we are going to do that. Da-ding. We got that done. Sweet. Hey, even if you ain't got anything going on, you can always come up. I mean, the link's pinned at the top. Just come out, hang out, talk, pour some silver, sell some stuff. If you want to sell stuff, come on up. I mean, we don't have very many people in the room right now. I mean, as earlier we did a little bit. I think we've got what? How many live in here? 5 watching. Sometimes it just picks up. People come and go. So whatever you want to do, put the links up there. I just have to watch out for you because it doesn't notify me. It's just like someone just pops up, but there's no sound that they're in the basement. And if you're staring at pennies the whole time, you forget to look. Oh, you're working on the bracelet. Gotcha. And your computer died too? Crap. Well, that's the reason why I am now selling a lot of some of my collection, because I had to go buy that new computer. Have you seen it? The one that I got, Kevin? So I got one that I can use to do streaming on, to do videos on. Now I will have that capability, just doing it, just making videos directly from my webcam. Tried to cut out a bezel, and I got a really cool piece of petrified bone. Wow, nice. That'll be pretty sweet. So yeah, here's what I ended up doing. Is that. So I ended up getting a gaming computer, and it was about $1,000. So now I'm trying to sell off stuff to turn around and put the money back on my credit card, so my credit card is not maxed out. Yeah, so kind of went on. So my son had the bright idea. So Dad, because I wanted to put the shelf here and have a little display. He's like, why don't we put lights in? And so we went over to Best Buy, and they had the lights. And so we wove the lights through it, set that all up. So he set that all up for me. And yeah, to make it look really nice, and got stuff decorated on the wall again. So what's all the stuff behind me? All right, let's play. We're gonna play, have fun. Let's see how far my cord, because I had to get extensions for my cameras here. There we go. I don't know, that's about as far as it's gonna reach. So we got our silver pours up there. There is Big Reds up there, Silver Keys, Man Mountain Metals, quite a few others. There is my coins up there, kind of just display coins and currency. Some of the nicer pieces. Let me turn on the light. I'm going to turn on my room light, and then you guys will see it much better. That way it's not so dark. Let me get over to it. I'm going to get the crutches. We'll show off some stuff, because just playing with pennies all day is kind of boring. Okay, there we go. So now we got some room light. All right. I'm going to close my safe up. Let's close it. There we go. Don't really show that. All right, so now you can see it. So there are some of these are my kids' albums down there. There's my box boards that I've done that are like copper bars, so it looks like a pirate treasure. So stuff like that. Big bars of copper right here. When I first started pouring, I got a buffalo carved in wood, a beautiful buffalo nickel. There is my deer antler that I found while I was metal detecting, because I never kept any from when I was hunting as a kid. I haven't done deer hunting in many, many years since my dad passed away. We have our pirate ship. We have our big tooth there, some cannons. So I got one of these little pirate chests, and that's where I put all my metal detecting wheat pennies and silver for this year. Got some silver pirate coins to go up there too. I have my carved well tooth with scrib work on it. But this is a reproduction. It's not a real one. I wish it was a real one, but it is beautiful. Or a walrus tooth, I should say. But it is a repo. But it's really, really neat. Got my skull there. Fill it up with the silver dust from when I'm working on all my silver items. That's kind of about it. And then I got, coins up there. Got my sheet of dollars. Those are from 1985. They got some really cool serial numbers on them. I don't know if you can see it there. Can't stretch that wire anymore. There we go. Like that one right there. It is 9999591. There you got, the whole series there. And those $2 bills up there are star notes, all low serial star notes. $2 bills, a whole sheet. A few more coins over there. Got coins over here. Got my arrowhead collection there. This is my collection of, so this one, the very first one on this side over here, I found metal detecting. It is a police badge made with a silver peso. Then we have this other one, Texas badge here from Pecos, Texas. That is made from a peso also. Then I have another police officer's badge, a Morgan. So I'm kind of collecting those as I find them. Then you can see over here in my messy bedroom, there is my arrowhead collection from when I was a kid. Got a huge frame of them. All my goodies over there. Stuff that, just the antiques and stuff that I've found over the years. Some cool stuff over there. So just different stuff that I have there. And then my safe is full of coin albums. Albums and albums and albums and more albums. That whole coin thing. So that's all. And I've got to go make something with this. Let me show you this here. I gotta go. So this is just 925 silver. So I had extra 925. I just poured it into a bar just to have it all in one place instead of having it scattered in different places. I had 925. So this one weighs 10.35 troy ounces of 925. It's a hefty bar, just different. So, something I'll make into something with. But normally I work with 3 9s fine, but I have sold some stuff at 925. So it's not too shabby. You have that same cabinet? Yeah, aren't those cool? That little curio cabinet type things, the antique ones. And I mean, it works great for all the stuff that I've in there. I have like a whole tray of just metal detecting stuff that I have in there that are like the harmonica reeds, old cap guns back from the 40s and 50s that I've dug up, like clock parts. They're all in that little bucket. And then I have one shelf just for the military stuff that I have. All the buttons and badges that I've dug up, military related. I have a little shelf for it. Other little knick-knack stuff. Just fun stuff, some little antiques in there, and have fun doing it. And then let's flip back over here. I'll show you all this too for fun. Do a little show and tell here while we're playing. I'm gonna move my crutches down. Pull this out. You guys can see the Wall of Fame. We go all the way around there. That's the Wall of Fame. And then there's some over on this side. And then some of the stuff on the back. Just some thank you cards that I've received. There's coin op up there. Oh, you want to see what I looked like when I was 18? Check this out. Now this is what I look like. What a mess. Let me pull that picture out. I'll show it to you. I still have my dog tags. That was me. A long, long time ago in a land far, far away. Yeah, imagine everybody beardless. You know, if I got a haircut, shaved my beard off, I would look about 20 years younger though. But I do need to get it trimmed. I'm going to get it trimmed up before we go to Grove, so definitely doing that. I mean, not Grove. What am I thinking? Tulsa. I'm brain farts. I got squirreled. Squirrel. I want to move this so I can see chat better. There we go. Got it. Yeah, about 3 years ago, I shaved off my beard. And my kids freaked out. And they didn't know who I was. So they were freaking out when I cut all my hair off like that and looked like clean shaven. I'll show you the picture of that. So this is about, get there. It's not opening. Okay, show you a picture of this. This was about 2.5 years ago. I went to Houston to see my older daughter and the grandkids. If I can find it here, I gotta go back in time on my phone. And I'll show you what I look like clean shaven and not 18 either. Crazy. I've got thousands of photos of coins on my phone. Oh, here we go. Now I found it. Okay. So this is what I look like. Without any facial hair. And my kids were freaking out. Those are my two kids. That's my youngest daughter and my son. But that is what. Let's see, why won't stay? I want to be nice. There we go. That's what I would look like with no hair. Kind of crazy. And that's when my granddaughter was born. There's me with no facial hair there, with my baby granddaughter. There we go, nice and sharp. Here's my grandbaby. So yeah. So now I look old and scruffy. And then kind of over time, started growing it out. Little by little. That was Christmas time. And now I just look like a hillbilly, you know, about to go up into the mountains and live in isolation in a cabin. So go figure. So Yeah, that's what I used to look like. So now I kind of look like, I guess, kind of like, you know, little brother, or well, I guess I'm the older brother of Red. Scruffy and look like all I'm gonna do is just go around chopping up trees and hunting bears, or have bears for best friends. My mom said I look like Grizzly Adams. At first, when I started growing my beard out like that, she thought I was the Unabomber. She was telling me I look like the Unabomber. Yeah, my mom's real nice. You look like a serial killer. Thanks, Mom. Bye, Squirrel Sister. Thank you for coming in. I'm getting ready to close it down. I got to grab some lunch. I'm dying here. Like I said, I only had a bite of yogurt today, and that was it. I got some other errands I need to run. Already got to the post office and got everything dropped off from yesterday that I sold. So, guys, let's go ahead and close her down. What time is it here? Let's see if is there anybody else on doing something interesting, I should say. Let's go to home. Let's see if there's anybody we can raid. We'll call it a day. Let's see. Oregon Stacker is on. Copper Coins is on. What if we raid Fox News? Just kidding, guys. Let's see. I don't see anybody else. Mainly dirt fishing. There's a good one we can go to. Let me click on that. Go to their live. So if you guys want to go see some silver being sold, play with some silver, let me share that channel out. Copy. Come over here. Let me go back to mine. I'm going to drop it in the link there. Here's their link. They are live right now. This is mainly dirt fishing. Great channel. Buy, sell, trade, silver and stuff like that. They got some games going on and stuff too. So guys, I appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me. That was quite a joy. I'll be doing this more often. I don't have a lot of time in my hands. I can't do much else. So, all right. Well, I'll see you guys around in YouTube land, and you guys all take care. Oh, about 30 minutes for Jeff. Yes, we'll go over to Jeff's too. So I'll definitely be over at Jeff's in a little bit. I'm going to grab something to eat. Yeah, he sent me the link for that, and we'll be over there. So if you guys want to go to Jeff Crumpler's, we'll buy, sell, trade. I got some crazy stuff I'm going to be putting up for sale. So definitely so. Let me actually, I'm going to go grab his link too. I put it up earlier in the chat, but let me go grab his again. See, there's Jeff. Let me go his channel. Go to lives. It's kind of challenging because he usually has them scheduled out for 3 or 4 days in advance. He's a lot more advanced at doing this than I am by far. Let's see. Where are you at? So that one is a notification for the 20th, and today is the 20th. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to share, copy, come back. Doing that, don't want to do that. Here. All right, guys. So I'm going to drop in Jeff. Jeff's going to be live in about 30 minutes. I'll be over there playing around. I just got to go to the restroom and get something to eat. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you around YouTube land. You guys take care. See you later.